Oh my God, y'all tripping
They're
right
giving
now.
us elevator music.
Very much
They
so.
is tripping right now. You know what?
Okay.
Let's see if the snare's gonna come in though. Let's see what's gonna happen.
It's a vibe.
Okay, I can jig with it.
It's that good
Jig with it a
old.
little bit.
Got that jazz feel. You get the cigar bar.
That'll work. That'll work. What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy LaChester, man, and you're back for another episode of the What You Mean After Hours editions, man. I'm your boy LaChester, your host for the night. I got two dope people that have come to bless your speakers or your screen, whatever you're doing or however you tap into the After Hours podcast. So y'all know I like to shut my mouth real quick so I can turn over them. So if you don't mind, man, tell the people who you are, you know what I'm saying, what you do and how they can find you.
Which camera do I need to look at?
Your camera's gonna be right there, and then I also want you to pull that mic down just a little bit.
All right.
Boom.
Uh-oh.
You good? Just
Am I doing it right?
right here.
Oh, Lord.
Push down right there just a little bit. Okay. Now scoot up to where you're gonna be at, cause you're all the way from the table. Like,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
come-
just
you know,
bagging
you're,
up
you're,
for
you're,
real.
you're
That's
fine.
the
You're
issue.
good. I just want them. You'll be able to hear yourself different. Now lift that microphone up to your mouth
Okay.
and speak directly into the mic when you talk, and then listen to yourself.
Hello.
Do you hear the difference?
I
Can we?
do.
You want to take her up a little bit, bro, because I can barely hear. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, y'all. I'm Shy. I'm an actress. You can find me on Instagram _It's Shy.
Okay.
What up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Bookie, also known as Red Richie.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm a hairstylist in the city, a braider, very known braider, and I also do music. I'm a rapper, and you can find me on Instagram at Red with 2 D's _Richie.
So y'all make sure y'all go follow and holler at them tonight. I don't know what gear we're gonna start off with this one on. We ain't gonna start off with the
J gear.
yeah, we ain't gonna go there. I think that's we in fifth gear on J question, ready to put the car in the sixth gear, so we can just put it on cruise control. So let's do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before
Go
we
ahead.
start, is
Go
there
ahead.
anything that we can't say?
Nah, this is the after hours edition.
So
you
I
can talk
can,
how you
I can,
want to talk.
I can pop my shit.
Yeah, you can talk
Okay,
how
that's
you want
good.
to talk. You can
Great
handle that
question.
shit
That's
just
great
how you want to
question.
handle that shit. Like, I
Okay.
mean, if it was the other two segments, then that question would be like, nah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But this joint is why it's my
Say
platform.
less.
You know what I'm saying? Because I deal with Instagram models and, OnlyFans models. I bring them on this platform. So it's just, we do and talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the platform that you on. We're pretty much going, it's more of an intimate setting. Case in point, me trying to create my little red light you see here.
Red light special.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then you got just, at the end of the day, if we look at the overall scope of things, like the number one thing that sells in America is sex. You know what I'm saying? So,
Thanks.
so somebody gonna find a way to intertwine it into whatever they're doing because it makes whatever they're doing just that much more attractive. You know what I'm saying? So this segment is to those people that want to hear that and they want to follow me and that's what they want to tap into. I want to make sure that we hit that corner of the market as well. You know what I'm saying? Because this, at the end of the day, I'm still a nigga.
Hitting all lanes.
Yeah, I'm still a nigga. I mean, I'm not blind. I'm
Right.
still a nigga. Like it's, so we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's speak on it.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I was attempting to try to come up with something to be interesting enough to bless the people with today. So I'll open up by saying this. So I had some guests a little while ago, you know what I'm saying, a couple weeks ago, and they did an after-hour session for me. And my panel consisted of the ages of, I think, 27, 21, and 20. So it was at that point that I think that I realized that we really got some people that really live a certain type of way. they date a certain type of way. They perceive things a certain type of way. Not to belittle anybody or make them feel inferior or nothing. Just being, honest and open. At the end of the day, I'm a seasonal nigga at this point in my life. I'm 37. So I done a whole bunch of little BS. You know what I'm talking about? So tonight to me was, and no shade to you, Shy. I'm really glad you came. I'm really finna see what you got to say. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got to put a refresher on how that whole session went. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
If we could start, let's talk. I'm starting to want to get away from the modern day dating term too as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's starting to get on my nerves. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. Dating in 2022. What's it like?
Terrible.
Let's start there.
It's not very productive.
Okay. So when you say it's not productive, and yes, I'm the interviewee, so I'm gonna be the guy that's sitting here and kind of sort of giving my little 2 cents. But at the end of the day, I ain't no specialist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no license and nothing.
Right.
This is just general conversation. So when you say there's no what to it again?
It's not very productive.
It's not productive. What makes the scene of dating in 2022 unproductive?
Well, it doesn't reap any real result, which makes it not very productive.
Did you just give me a definition?
Well, that's what it is. I'm telling you. How we date is not very productive, so we don't get great results, which in turn turns it into, what did you say? It was
Terrible.
terrible. Perfect.
Okay, so yeah, hit the applaud button real quick. Let's hear about that. Okay. All right, so
She went off.
talk your shit, man. Talk your shit, Queen.
The dating scene in my age group is terrible. Like, it's very slim. The guys that we run into, they're not like, my thing is I try to give guys the benefit of the doubt.
All right.
Like, I'm not holding them to a certain standard. I'm not comparing them to the last guy that I dated. So when they come to the table, when they come into the picture, they're starting with a clean slate.
Right.
And then it's just like, dang, you really not talking about nothing. So now I have to cut you off like I cut the last dude off.
Right.
It's just like, there's no substance.
Gotcha.
Put it like that.
Gotcha. So we haven't arrived at a point really where dating is just like completely off the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just at this point, like, how much are we willing to give to people before we figure out if they're a person that we want to continue to give our time to?
Right. Because there are some guys that I will cut them more slack than others. Like, some guys I'll be like, oh no, I'm cutting you out from the beginning.
Right.
You it's too many red flags.
Right.
But it'll be another guy that comes along and then I'm just like, okay, I'll let this slide. Because I'm into you a little bit more. I'll let that slide, you know. Okay, I'll look past that too. But then by that third thing, it's just like, okay, you getting on my nerve. Okay, look, I'm finna stop letting all this, slide by. And then next thing you know, they getting cut off too.
Gotcha. You care to add or reiterate anything?
Well, I'm very intrigued when you said in your dating range. I don't know if you feel comfortable with saying your age. You don't got to, but what would that range be?
I'm 30, so I talk to younger guys. So my age range probably like from 25 to 35.
25 to 35.
I've talked to younger guys before.
So you go down 5 up 5?
Somewhere in that area, yeah.
So I asked her earlier, what's the oldest that you're willing to date?
The oldest guy that I have dated before, he was 7 years older than me.
Okay.
He was 7 years older than me.
Okay, cool.
So how do you, I don't know if you're okay with me asking this, how do you feel about dating men with children?
Oh, I don't mind. Because... Okay, I do want a guy who don't have children because I don't have any
Why
kids.
is that?
Okay, yeah. All right. So now we make progress.
I don't have any kids, so I would prefer a man with no kids because I would love for us to take their journey together.
But ideally, as a single woman with no kids, ideally, they used the term morph on me in one interview I had in here. That was like, you morph yourself into the ideal guy that your mom them told you they were attracted to, and that's who the ideal guy's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. All right, so at the end of the day, that's what you were kind of sort of like raised to look for, and that's one of those attributes you was trained to like look for.
Yeah.
In a guy, right?
Yeah, a young man who can provide. Like this stuff that my parents and my auntie, what my mom and my auntie know. Oh, a man who can provide, a man who can take care of the home, a man who can stand up for you, a man who is stable. Like those are the type of things that I was told to look for in a guy.
Gotcha.
But now that I'm grown up, I'm able to make my own decisions. And so I might date a guy with a child, or I might date a guy who's not fully financially stable. I might I might cut him some slack. I might end up dating him to see what his head is at. Because some guys have a plan, they just don't have anybody to, they don't have a way to execute it. Yeah. So sometimes they need a partner, or they need guidance.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So where you at on all this, Sha?
With what exactly?
Okay, so when it comes to like she was saying about like the whole dating, well, I kind of switched gears with it, and was just like, what were you kind of sort of like raised as in the ideal guy for you is?
Oh, okay. So I was really raised by my dad. Okay. He really raised me, so I got a great example of what it means and what I see a man is. He's reliable, definitely reliable, dependable, same thing. And he, as she said before, he provides. So for me, a man is like, he is a man of his word. If he say he's gonna do something at 1 o'clock, it's probably gonna be done by 12:30. But you there at 1 o'clock, it's gonna be done by then.
Shit.
But
I need that gene.
That's just what that's what I have been shown.
Yeah.
So
and your dad set the bar, because my dad wasn't in my life, so he wasn't able to show me how a man is supposed to take care of his family, because he wasn't there for the first 13 years of my life. But my uncle was, and when I was I grew up with my auntie and my uncle. When my uncle was he's still in the picture, but while growing up, he showed me, like, he took care of the home. He paid the bills. He was at the games, the softball games. He was at the recitals, the programs. Like, he was able to provide for the family. He took care of home. So although my dad wasn't there, my uncle did show me how a man is supposed to take care of his family. So.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Dope.
So are we allowed to ask you anything?
Yeah, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me.
So, what is your hang up in today's dating? Because you are single, right? You're not married.
Yeah, I'm single.
So, what is that about?
Look, Jay, I done told you. Jay, I done told your ass, Jay.
I'm so weak.
I done told your ass. That's a 50-cent fine. Oh, this is a 50-cent fine.
Oh, my God. He hit the ball.
To keep it a buck, I'm driven by how I came up. And how I came up really has an impact on my relationship life. Does that make sense, or is it kind of vague?
Mm-hmm.
So your mom.
What do you mean?
So you were raised by your mom?
Yeah, I was raised primarily by my mom, but my grandma was like the person. Like, not to degrade my mom, because my mom did her thing too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't. I had a mom and my grandma. Yeah. I was raised by primarily women, for real. Mm-hmm. And so I seen a lot of stuff. Got taught a lot of stuff. I heard from women all the time. Women. So, but the reason I brought that up when it comes to how I grew up, I brought that up because, and I done mentioned this on my platform before, like, my folks did not do a bad job raising me. in terms of making sure I had what I needed. So I don't ever want anybody to misconstrue that when I say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just with me seeing how life is, I just understand that if you're living in poverty, I understand what living in poverty is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference. So it was just some of the things that I went through as a child and may not necessarily had nothing to do with how it was at home.
Yeah.
It was how I was treated on the streets. It was how I was treated in sports. It was how I was treated when I walked down the hallways at my school. You know what I'm saying? All of those things form me into the man that I am. You know what I'm saying? To sadly say, a lot of things that have also pushed me to the limits that I am has been women. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be just extremely real. You know what I'm saying? But that the way that things were for me growing up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying that I'm living for somebody else. I'm just living for me. Like, I know how I want to live. I know how I would prefer for my relationship status to be if I'm in one. I know how I want my home, my atmosphere, my vibe, my ambiance inside of my place. I know how I want all that shit. I know how I want it to be. And if it can't be that, then I would just rather just keep doing the shit that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm a grinder. I'm a worker. That's what I'm going to do. It's some shit that I want. And I know ain't nobody gonna give it to me because ain't nobody give me shit. For real. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. Everything that I got, bro, I earned it on my own. I put some work in. It's been some dope people to help me along the way when it comes to intellect, when it comes to wisdom. Some people even financially caught me when I was falling, whatever the case may be. So it's not to discredit them. But what I'm saying is the central thing about who I am and what I want is more important to me than degrading myself in any shape, form, or fashion, or making me feel incomplete because I'm putting on a pseudo personality to make somebody happy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole nother job. That's more work. So I ain't on that shit no more. I want to be fucking rich. That's what I want to do. Everything I do it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And right now, at the pivotal place I am in life, right now where I'm at, my lifestyle in terms of my work is very time consuming. So I know that I can't afford the necessary attention that a woman that deserves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me knowing that I can't give you that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at a point where I would kind of sort of just prefer, to stay away from like serious relationship because I know what you're going to get from me right now where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of sort of why I am the way that I am and why my situation is the way it is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. That's why you single.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, that's why my engagement didn't work. It wasn't because she was running around town on me, I was running around town on her. We ain't had that problem. She liked smashing me, I liked smashing her. We were good. We were Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the issue. But the issue did come down to how you're spending your time and who and what you're investing your time in.
Yeah.
And I had to realize at some point the decision that I was making started to make my fiance at the time feel like she was not the most important person in my life, which that should have never been the case.
Right.
Like, I dropped the ball on that. That's my fault that I done that to her. You know what I'm saying? So once you can arrive there and you know that you're there, that's the next part of the maturity before the money and the business really come. Because I made the necessary sacrifices. I'm 37 years old. I've been married. I've been divorced. I don't have any kids. I would love to be a husband. I would love to have kids. You know what I'm saying? But in order to have that, you got to choose between the two in the world I'm living in. You can't have both. And I decided on which one I wanted to choose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody in my midst that understand me, they get me, it's a vibe. If they don't, then they don't. I'm not trying to force nothing upon you that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm single, bro. Because motherfuckers act like they get it and they understand until they arrive there. When they see that I'm serious about what I said, like, I work and sleep right now. Like, that's just the schedule right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm working and sleeping right now. I'll get to the vacation, I'll get to the chilling, I'll get to all that shit in a minute. But this shit got to be done here. This shit got to be done on my motherfucking brand. This shit got to be done in Atlanta. We trying to shoot a motherfucking show. We trying to get our show picked up. We got legal shit to do. I ain't got time to be worried about how the fuck you feel about the fact that I ain't took you to motherfucking Root Crest in a motherfucking month. I'm straight. I'm straight on that. I'm cool on that. So that's what I'm saying.
As long as you're able to acknowledge that, you know what I'm saying? The first step is always being able to admit it to yourself. So
You got to.
Well, see, and this is where I come in with a boot, because I would have to disagree with you.
Oh, shit. Well, you done brought in my room, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, because, a lot of people claim that they want to be married, that they want to be with people for a long time and establish this family unit. And you can want that all you want, but a lot of people are not willing to put in the footwork to get that.
Exactly.
A lot of people aren't. So it's just like, I do believe, especially since you are a man, you can have both of those things. You can have a business and a family, because shucks, a lot of these presidents that they're literally running the country, they have a wife, they have a first lady, but they were both under that understanding of, yes, this is a union and it's going to take X, Y, Z. And that goes into play of, nowadays we're dating without intention.
Right.
And
It's unproductive.
it's extremely unproductive. We're just dating because, she make me feel good, or he make me feel good, or XYZ. Like, I like dating someone or being with someone that is willing to call me out, because a lot of people don't. Like, what's the point of being with you if I'm not going to ever grow?
Right.
Which is why I truly believe goes into play why people do divorce. What's the point? Like, what is the point? And then it goes back to the question of, why did you even get married?
Right.
A lot of people are just, we're getting married because this is a part of my life now. I guess this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
No, like, seriously, why are you getting married? What's the point? What is the point of me taking your last name and us doing X, Y, Z? What is the point?
Right.
People just doing it because it's cool.
Yeah.
Or it's a privilege to.
Yeah.
I ran into this woman. She cheated on her husband and tried to make it seem like, he did me X, Y, Z. And then come to find out later in the conversation, she never even wanted to marry him. She never even wanted to be with him. It was just the privilege to say that she was married. And I said, that makes sense that he cheated on you, because you cheated on him when you said yes, because you never wanted to.
Right.
So, and that's my irritation when it comes to dating, because people are just out here free, willy-nilly, just doing whatever. No one is taking anything serious.
Dating without a purpose.
Completely without purpose. There's nothing there.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's just where I'm at with it.
I agree, girl.
That's
I
where
feel
I'm at.
you.
Now drop another bomb.
Hey, man, you gonna drop no bomb? Let's not say drop a bomb, man. What's really going on here, man?
Okay.
Golly. I feel you, though. I just know I can't have both. You know what I'm saying? Like, my business has, and my finances and all that stuff has to be at a certain place before I can decide that that's the part of me that I'm ready to devote to that type of life.
So let me ask you something. When you are ready for that life, and life comes at you, and let's just say, God forbid, something does go wrong, then what?
I'll be how I've always been, by myself.
I'm saying,
cool
like,
with that. Like,
I'm just saying, like, what? Let's just say, you get your stuff together, and you do get with a woman, and you're with her, and, everything's going great. And let's just say, worst case scenario, things does go wrong. Then what do you do?
What do you mean when things go wrong?
I'm
Give me
saying,
an example.
like you said that business is everything for you, and you can't really have
I won't
both.
really say that it's everything. It's just I want to live and have a certain type of comfort. Like, that's what it is for me. Like, when I wake up and what I do every day, like, I want everything to be productive. I want it to mean something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So going back to the sacrifice I told you I made, I've made a sacrifice. I'm like the only nephew, and I think currently outside of my sister on my dad's side, child, that we don't got kids. Like, my cousin Nick, he is IT director for NASA up in Huntsville. You know what I'm saying? He did it right. He put his girl through school. He did the whole nine right. Didn't work, being split or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no kids. I ain't got no kids. And right now, we're just centrally on both on the same thing, that we just decided to concentrate on something else outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is not to try to make me seem like I'm contradicting myself, because I know overall what I want. I'm just telling you, I wish sometimes more than others that I had a wife and a family, you know what I'm saying? But because I am where I am, I'm cool with that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I know why I don't have a wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily got everything to do with my business or how I care myself. It's some of the decisions that I made while I was with people that God potentially blessed me with to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I won't even say call it a crossroad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at a place where that's cool if it come. But if it don't, this is what I'm concentrated on anyway. Like, the majority of successful people, bro, they arrived kind of sort of by themselves. Because whatever ideal it is, they came up with it and had to find out a way to execute it. Everybody executed differently. Now, somewhere along the lines, sometimes people get lucky with somebody that you can team up with because they understand and see the same vision that you have, and they want to do whatever they can to embrace you and make sure that you're successful, because they know that if you can get this off the ground and do this and make you happy, I'm going to be happy because I contributed to that, what made you happy. That's what's going to kind of sort of like when women have sex with whoever they dealing with when they don't want to. They do it because they know that, okay, I know if I satisfy him, I'm going to get the satisfaction that I satisfied my man. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right, so there are things and decisions that I've just made that simply I'm cool with how I made them because I know what the consequences were. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
So you say all of this to say?
So I'm saying all of this to say, to get back to what you were saying about how you said I can have both, and I told you that I can't.
That you can't, you just choose not to.
I think they're one and the same.
In your case, you could say so.
I mean, just think about it, bro. You got people that willingly just go around making babies.
That's true.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got folks that's willingly to walk around trying to make sure that they make a baby. Mm-hmm. For maybe the right or wrong reasons. Just depending on what penis they riding on at the time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got their faults on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I won't sit here and say that I didn't go through a couple of things when in my younger days, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here now, and I don't have no kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if something did happen to me, God forsaken, something happened to me, like, who do I pass what I've built, my legacy or whatever? Who does it go to?
What do you mean, where does it go to?
Shit, I ain't got no kids. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the fact that I ain't got no kids, and the fact that I told you it's one and the same, that I choose, is it a choice or I can't have a family and a business in both? I think you can have both, but I think when it comes to having both, if I'm being honest, it's just going to depend on who the person is.
No, it does.
Right.
It strongly boils down to that. It does. Indeed.
Like, how many guys that don't understand the industry of dating and film and all that other stuff want to date an actress? They think you nice to look at on Instagram and on TV and stuff like that, but
that also depends.
But them niggas can't handle it. They're not gonna handle it. Regular people don't. All right, bruh. Regular people don't date people like that. That's why they all date each other.
That's
It's
true.
like living in a little bitty ass small town.
That's true.
You got the same people gonna date the same people over and over again. In Hollywood, that's why we see the same people dating the same people. They date within their ranks. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of sort of like, I got a homegirl down in Montgomery. I don't think she live in Montgomery, but her name is DJ Cakes. She just released a mixtape, Her Gorgeous, and another DJ. All right? So when me and her were talking, the first time I met her, she was just telling me how like the dating scene is and why she kind of sort of stayed to herself. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I ain't one of them girls that's out here just fucking off doing everything or whatever. Like, she put on all her posts, I twerk, but that don't mean touch me. Because she like to dance. Just because I'm dancing don't mean nigga I want your hands all over me. You can't do nothing but respect that. You know what I'm saying? But then she also told me in that same, you know what I'm saying, setting, she was like, a lot of times, bro, if I'm with somebody, they'll feel like just because I'm in the club DJing that I'm fucking off, I'm doing this person, talking to that person, and it's because the person that she with don't understand that lifestyle. Right. So because he don't understand the lifestyle, he can't even be the nigga that he need to be for her. Case in point, if you're a pretty actress, I've called you pretty since you hit the door, Matter of fact, I paused before I opened up the door and looked and like, okay, cool. I see a little. All right, cool, bad. Open up the door. So if you get a guy that don't understand what you do, man, bruh, you call me on the phone. Don't do that, Boogie. You always make me say your government. Don't say that, man. Don't do that. So it's at the end. I don't forgot my train. You made me forget my train of thought, bro. Or what I was saying. All I'm saying at the end of the day is this. Number one, you're not the person who's going to date you is going to be somebody in that immediate industry that you're working in, that you serve in. Like, it just makes sense to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be actors marry other actresses all the time.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's who they spend their time with. That's who they be around. Mm-hmm. So you got to be gone for 6 months because you filming in Morocco and you got a male actor boyfriend. He understands that you got to be gone for 6 fucking months to fucking work. It ain't that you got flued out to stay with somebody for 6 fucking months. You're working. You're working on your craft. You're doing what you have passion for, what you want to be known for, the legacy that you want to leave when people say your name, what you want your things associated with. You know what I'm saying? He get that and he understand that, so he don't even pressure you like that. Regular Joe Blow not gonna do that. Regular Joe Blow gonna be like, why the fuck you got to go for 6 months? Why you got to be gone for 6 months? They can't chop that shit up. Oh yeah, you had Junior too. So what Junior supposed to do without his mama for 6 months? That's what regular Joe Blow gonna give you. So do you understand what I'm saying about dating on what I just said?
I do. It does definitely make sense. And I do agree. A lot of actors do date other actors. I don't think it's completely impossible to date somebody outside that realm because there are a few actors that do indeed date people that aren't in that industry.
I agree.
There's not a lot of them, but there are a good handful of them that don't.
And that's what when I made the comment, I was speaking in a majority sense. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, like the majority of the people in the industry date other people in the industry. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense.
I just hated that. I hate that it's that way though, because like I was telling my homegirl, my best friend from college, we was talking about the dating scene, and I was telling her all the type of dudes that be in my DMs, which are upcoming rappers. I don't want to talk to an upcoming rapper.
Right.
Like, that's just not my cup of tea. So
what's your ideal guy? Because I know you said it's a lot of things that really ultimately don't matter to you.
I really don't have an ideal guy. Because like I said earlier, I've given different guys chances. Like, right. There's nobody that I got one lane that I'm sticking. Like, no, I've given the street dudes, I've given the college graduate, I've given the fraternity, I've given the club guy, I've given a lot of guys chances. Right. So I don't really have an ideal guy, but I do want a man who is able to bring something to the table, because they look at me and they see that I hustle, they see that I do hair. Right. Some of them get comfortable. Some of them understand where I'm coming from because they're a hustler as well. Mm-hmm. And then some of them just looking at me like a bank. Like they trying to count my pockets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've run across those guys that try to count my pockets. Oh, you done did this many hairs. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like those are definitely not my type. Like I cannot stand them. But, at the end of the day, I forgot my train of thought.
You was telling us what kind of man you want.
Oh, yeah.
You tried them all.
I don't have an ideal guy. Yeah, there we go. Go back to that. I don't have an ideal guy. I just need a guy who is cute to me, who is mine only, because I hate sharing, and who has some type of, sense. Like, you can't be a dummy. Like, I cannot stand a guy who doesn't have some type of sense. Like, I'm not expecting you to be the valedictorian of your college class or something like that. Right. Because there's a lot of smart guys, like street dudes that I've talked to in the past. They're smart. Right. Mm-hmm. But school just wasn't for them. Right. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you got some type of sense, because I hate crash dummies. I've ran into crash dummies, and they act like they know it all, but they really dumb. So I just bring something like.
She said crash dummies.
Crash dummy.
I'm putting that on a shirt, bro.
I can't stand the crash dummy. Like, they swear they know it all. They swear they have it all together. But once you get into deep conversation with them, they are really dumb. Like, they don't have a clue of what they're talking about. they have a job, but they hate their job and they don't know how to move forward and even create a resume to get another job. Like, it's like they got their job by luck. Like, it's just like, you're a crash dummy.
Come on, look.
You're a crash dummy.
Am I a crash dummy?
Of course not. Look at you.
I'm just seriously asking, am I a crash dummy?
No, you're not.
I think she a crash dummy because she the most soberest person in the room.
Do not do her.
Her cup is at the same
Well, we
place I
will not
gave it to
do-
her head.
Because
And we tripping. We geeked up. We tripping. And just and she over here like serious as hell on me on every answer. It's like I'm scared. So let me get my demeanor together
You
and
see,
everything.
I said I lost my train of thought.
So I can answer her the right way, making sure I'm being punctual. I got my thesis. I got my
Don't do my
sentence here. I got my 4 sentences, my 4 supporting sentences. Like
now.
I'm just like let me make sure we good.
It's in MLA format.
I'm like, cuz, man, like
Oh,
you looking
Lord.
at me so serious, y'all.
But she getting to it though.
I'm not saying that she's not. That's what I'm saying. That's how
She's
got.
focused. She said she's trying to focus. and
You got
that's what
the
she
edge
does.
on us right now. You got the edge on
You
us.
do.
I'm just trying to. Y'all want to have a conversation, right?
Oh, we
We having
definitely
a
having a
good one.
conversation.
We having a
We
good
definitely having a conversation. I don't think it's bad. Hey, Jay, you think it's bad content?
At all.
So we're having a good conversation.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't.
Baby, when you said, can I ask you a question? And he dropped that bomb. That was it. that was it. That's how you knew the conversation was finna go good. Okay.
Trying to
Man.
get to know him. That's all.
Yeah.
Ideal guy. Go.
So,
Oh,
I
shit.
say this with a heavy heart.
She's here with a heavy heart.
It's really amazing. I used to be very open and be fair, give everybody a decent chance. And I still kind of do. But one thing that I can't do, how can I say this? Because I don't want to come off wrong.
Go ahead. You talking.
I don't want to come off wrong, but
Say it.
I can't deal with any men or any man that has less than what I have.
Okay.
Okay.
That's understanding.
So that's your ideal guy is.
Well, he can't have less than what I have.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to know the power in being a man and step into that.
Mm-hmm.
I am very much so a lady.
Mm-hmm.
I love for my man to lead and I love to support who I'm with. So it's very vital for whoever I am with to know that he is a man indeed. Ambition. He has to have a little bit more than I do.
So she got to check off this. I like it. Go.
Go
Indeed.
ahead, girl.
And ideally, I don't want him to have any children because ideally for me, I tried the whole stepmom thing.
Really?
It's just, look, you got to be a certain type of person, and I'm not knocking nobody that do it. But that's,
I'm not there yet either.
like, that's a lot.
I'm not there yet either.
Like, that is a bunch, especially if the woman is, like, not centered and she's not there. I do not want to have to fight nobody.
Girl.
That's not in my spirit. I don't do that. So, no.
Can you throw them hands, Shy?
Can I what?
Can you throw them hands, Shy?
What?
Can you walk him like a dog? Can you walk him like a dog?
Come through, big bookie.
Can you walk him like a dog?
Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from McCalla.
Oh, she can't fight. She can't
Don't
fight.
do her. Look,
She
That's
can't
fine.
fight, bro.
That's okay.
she said that is not in her
From
spirit.
McCalla, like
Right.
born and raised. But you essentially you're from Birmingham.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And this is home for you too as well, right, Boogie?
Yeah, I'm from here.
Okay.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, West Side.
Come on, somebody.
But I done stayed all over the city, and I went to school on the East Side, so that's why I'm kind of very well-rounded.
Well, what school? What high school you went to?
I went to Arthur Harold Parker High School, class of 2010.
Hey.
Okay.
Valedictorian of my class. Come on, sound effects.
Hell no.
Walking like a dog.
And what high school in the hand did you go to?
Shays Valley.
Shays Valley. Ain't that a private school?
It's not no private school. Don't even do that. No,
I was
sir.
just talking shit. I want to see what she was gonna say, cause you been on my ass like white on rice in this motherfucker. So I want to see.
Shout out to the Valley though.
But for real.
Did y'all win any state championships? Or something?
I really don't know.
Oh wow.
That wasn't my thing.
What extracurricular activities did you play part of?
I was the head dance girl in my line.
No, that's right.
Oh, you could dance?
Don't play with me.
Hey, Bookie did the y'all remember when old boy went viral? He did that. Dun, 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 dun,
They don't remember that old video, man.
dun, 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 dun. Y'all don't remember that?
No, they didn't.
You remember when it looked? Y'all ain't never seen that video?
Oh my God.
Man, he killed that shit, folks. He killed that shit, folks.
Yeah,
He know what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about.
Jay don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Bookie did the video, cuz. She remade the video and did the video, bro. A week after that, I tried to put her in a music video.
For real.
No.
Yeah, I tried to put. You remember when I was working with they known as Lit now, but it was controversy in Big D back then. When I was
Loyalty attorney.
I wonder if I get hit, bro.
Cause they be regulating that. And we talking about the same one?
Yeah. You talking about his little brother be dancing?
Yeah.
His little brother be dancing.
He
his
be
ass
going
off.
on. Putting regulating back on the scene from the city.
Man,
Chop 'em up.
man, this is a shout out to them, to Big D them, man. I hope I don't get hit on YouTube or nothing for this, cause I know that they done been up in Atlanta, and they really been like on their music stuff. So, you know, they've been doing everything the right way. So you have to be careful what you play on these shows. But I want y'all to listen to this nigga vocals real quick. All right. Watch this shit. This the little brother. This the one to be dancing.
Oh, okay.
Listen to this nigga. This nigga fire, bro.
Now as I look around this place, it's hard to find another like you. And I know all the while you were playing hard to get, but really you were thinking about what we can do outside of this place. And you know, I'ma be honest, 'cause girl, I want you right to the feeling. You know what it is, oh yeah. And I know you want it, 'cause I want it too. Ain't no reason for this, don't be teasing
Look, bro.
me.
These niggas is hard.
Thank God from the start, dancing.
Like, I don't know who heard that. If you need to hear it and you got some money for them niggas, hit them niggas up. Them niggas fire. They been fire. Like, I literally chased them for like 6 months.
That was a
to try
little
to work.
vibe right there.
Like, I bumped with Big D though. But
That was a vibe.
so
Some good old R&B.
ideal. See, there you go. You looking at me in that look again.
No,
you
I'm
looking
just.
at me in that tone again.
You know what? This supposed to be a conversation. Wasn't you supposed to be ready? Wasn't he supposed to be ready for this?
Ready for what part?
This show podcast.
D, you fired, man. I'm sorry. You got to go, bro.
I'm weak.
But nah, so seriously, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, man, because I don't want to keep y'all too much more longer, man. But so let's talk about this real quick. I know that you said that you were an actor. So how has being an actor, what has it done to dating life for you?
Well, if anything, it's made it a little bit more difficult.
Oh, is it? You can't do both?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I actually can do both.
That she just told me I can have both. I can have me a family and my business.
But it's different for me. It's different for me. It's different.
So why it can't be different for me?
It ain't.
What ain't?
Because it's not. It ain't.
What ain't? What ain't? What's not?
Because you can have both. You can have both. Indeed, you can. Yeah.
But nah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
What you were saying, bro? Go ahead, what you were saying.
It's difficult, and I only say that because, and I'm not going to even charge just too much to acting. It's just I'm very honest. I'm a very honest person, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
So you one of them girls that'll tell the guys like, yeah, it's cool. Like you seem like a cool person. I don't mind getting to know you, but I just want to let you know that I'm dating 4 other guys and I'm not having sex with nobody.
No, well, if that was the case, then yes.
Don't be one of them girls.
Like, if that was the case,
She could be a Nola darling.
If that was the case, then I say that to say I'm just very honest.
Right.
And I'm really laid back. A lot of people get confused because I don't act the way I look. I'm actually very awkward. I'm just myself.
Right.
So when people approach me, they have this thing of, okay, if I'm just being transparent, she's light skinned, so I feel like I have to approach her this way. But it's just like that's not the case.
Right.
And it annoys me.
Like on pins and needles.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just like,
So
so
walk us through a normal approach of a guy. Walk us through it.
Brother.
Like, I want you to be on one side of the mic and be like, this is you, and then this is him. This is him, and then this is me.
Shucks.
Yeah, walk us through something.
Okay.
Oh, don't get too comfortable, boo, because your ass is next.
Uh-oh.
Bitch, don't get too comfortable.
Go ahead.
It's something like, put it plain and short, they come up to me and they just like, they're very sexual. Extremely
I agree.
sexual and like, oh, you know, I like light skins. You know, you look foreign. I hate that. I absolutely hate that with a passion. It's weird.
Okay.
So yeah, I get the foreign talk. I get the, oh, you look like this. And they put me on this really weird pedestal because of it. And they don't really get to know me.
Right.
Because for them physically, I already have that.
Right.
So it's just like, what else is there? But it's like, there's a lot more. This is really weird.
Right.
I can't stand it. It's annoying and it's very strange.
Gotcha. Walk me through a weird approach, man.
Well, vice versa to my good sis. The guys, when they approach me, they look at me as being more mean, like aggressive.
You is mean as fuck, boo.
They don't approach me. I mean, they do think I look good or whatever.
Right.
They think, But it be my facial expressions that just kind of like intimidate them. So it's kind of like some of them, they do have the courage. They will approach me and they'll realize that I'm not this mean person. Like we'll start cracking jokes or whatever and I get to talking my shit and then they'll be like, oh, she cool. But other dudes, they'll just be like, oh, nah, let me talk to the friend instead.
Right.
Because she look mean as fuck. And I don't mind or whatever. I mean, I can't control my face. I mean,
right.
That's just how I look. But,
I got the benefit of the doubt to get to know you, but if I'm speaking honestly, and I ain't never tried to holler, but that's how I felt when I first met you too. I was like, dude, I didn't just stay around her. Like, Nisa, what's going on? Like,
I get that a lot. Like, they just automatically, they like, dang, she must be mean as hell. She must be stuck up. I used to get that all through high school because I didn't talk to nobody in my high school. I think I talked to 2 dudes in my high school, but it was nothing serious. My boyfriend didn't go to my high school. So, all the guys used to call me stuck up. Like, and it's just like one of those light skinned things. Oh, she's stuck up, she thinks she better or whatever. But that wasn't the case. I just had and I don't consider myself light skinned. I consider myself orange. I don't think I'm orange.
She said orange, bro. That's really going on.
I be telling folks I'm orange, bro. Not light skinned.
Okay. So,
but
so we then kind of sort of put it out there about the guys, you know what I'm saying? We kind of sort of put it out there, kind of sort of about the dating or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So have we all seen the movie, what's the name of the movie, Steve Harvey?
Think Like a Man.
Like the first one where he came out with the rules and stuff, like, right?
Yeah.
Right? So because it's at the office and we got to just add a little bit of tastefulness to this motherfucker. Do y'all have a time frame on sex? Do y'all have a 90-day cookie rule? Was it 90 days on the movie?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I mean, where y'all at with that, as far as that goes? Like, you got a 90-day rule? Like, is that how you operate? You got a 90-day rule?
I ain't no 90-day cheat.
Come on,
Look at
you get on my nerves, man. Bombs off a baby. But yeah, I'm not no 90-day chick. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, oh, you gotta pass this 90-day test. No, I'm not. If I'm into you, I will have sex.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, I'll have sex.
It's about a connection.
sometimes it be there, sometimes it don't, you know.
Facts.
So
Facts.
if it's not there, it's good that I caught on to it early on. That's how I look at it.
Facts.
And then you can just move on. The thing is, just don't have unprotected sex with everybody. That's how I look at it.
Right,
You know, like
right.
if I choose to date this guy or talk to, that's the thing too. I don't have sex with every guy that I date.
Right.
That's what I need guys to get that misconception out of their head. Like,
Come on, somebody.
they really think, oh, you say you date, so you got to be screwing every guy that you're having a conversation with. That's not the case at all.
Gotcha.
But if I have one guy that I'm into out of the guys that I'm dating, and I choose to have sex with him, he's gonna be the only one out of that crew that I'm probably gonna have sex with. That's just me personally.
Right.
Out of my pick of the litter.
So when you got your pick out of the litter, how do you change gears at that point?
He gotta fuck up. The dude gotta fuck up.
All right, hold on, just like 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so I might go ahead and ask you the same question. Do I need to remind you of what it was?
Please do.
We were talking about 69-day rule. All the other stuff.
Yeah. See, that's really funny. It's a really funny
What's
thing.
funny about it?
Cause it's just, how can I put it?
She got a rose. She don't like it. She don't like men. She got a rose.
Oh my God.
She don't like men. She don't like us.
No.
That's what it
No.
She got a rose.
That is
got a
not
rose.
the case. Not the case.
It's so crazy.
It's just I can't say I can't really say that I have a 90-day rule per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So is it a piece of the puzzle you don't want to talk about, that you don't want to give people, that they need to figure out, or?
You see how both our heads
right,
went?
so I'm like, what? But nah, it's just a thing of how can I'm trying to really see how I can put it. I don't necessarily have a rule, a 90-day rule per se when it comes to sex. It's just a thing of I be thinking, okay, am I going to regret this
Okay.
after?
Yeah.
Depending on who I'm talking to or who wants to, if that's a thing at the time, I'll be thinking a series of questions. It's really a series of questions that I answer for myself. Am I going to regret this? Is he lame?
That's a good one.
There's a lot of questions.
You gotta check that off the box.
Because oh man.
What makes a guy lame?
Oh my God. What makes a guy lame? That's a great question. For me, what makes a guy lame is, for me, a big red flag is kissing and telling. I hate that. We're extremely too grown.
Listen, bro. When I found out that golden rule,
Kissing and telling.
my pussy rate went through the roof, bro. When you start telling everybody what the fuck you do, when you do it, and how you do it, who you do it with, bro, you become a monster, bro.
Facts.
And you know what? It's a turn on in a sense in itself too. Like, you could literally be in the same room with somebody that you're dealing with, and don't nobody know that y'all dealing with each other but y'all.
I like that feeling.
Like that escape your little secret. You know what I'm saying? Like, that song was real. Like, that's a whole nother type of vibe in itself. You
And
know
when
what I'm
Megan Thee Stallion said nobody know, I fuck with him on the low. She said we never show up together, but I text him when I'm ready to go. Okay, say that shit, man. That's what I'm talking about. I like that type of vibe too, man. I don't be wanting nobody to know my business, and they go for females too. Females be running their mouth a lot too, but dudes, I hate when dudes run their mouth. It should be no
Cause
reason.
they supposed to do it.
It shouldn't be no reason nobody know I had sex with you, because I'm not telling nobody I had sex with you. I don't even want people to know. Now,
Especially if it's good, right?
yeah, because I'm not finna go brag on no good penis, because that's when the hoes they out there lurking. They ready for you to slip up and be like, oh, my man,
Hey, Boogie, you opened it up now. What make it good, Boogie?
What make what good sex?
Yeah, tell her what make it good, Boogie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we didn't read up on the drinks. The camera still rolling. My engineer now, he didn't read up.
What make a good sex is you gotta be able to make me come.
Ooh, talk to us when you can.
But the fuck, don't waste my time. Do not be in that room acting like you know how to eat cat. You don't know how to eat no motherfucking cat. Down there playing with the clit and stuff. Baby, get up. Come on. Put your clothes on. Put them.
You sending it to the crib, Boogie?
Man, come on. What that baby? It's time to go.
No.
God, you gotta be able to make me come. That's good sex. Make me climax just like I'm making you climax, because I know I'm gonna do my job.
I feel you.
So if I'm doing my job, you need to do yours. If I ain't coming, then
We got a whole problem.
it's terrible. That means your diggling was terrible. Yeah, your diggling.
Took me a swim across Turtle Creek. Man, them snappers all around my feet. Sure was hard for me to swim with all them snappers around my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Hell no.
Yeah.
Shy, you need some more drink? You should have read up.
It's all right. I'm late.
She gotta answer the question.
Of course.
What's good sex?
You already told us what lame is, so
What's good sex?
what's good sex?
Well, good sex for me would be, see, maybe I'm just extremely soft, but I'm all about connection.
Okay.
Because to be real, I mean, if you really, really like somebody, or like in some cases, if you're lucky enough to fall in love with someone, when you have sex with them,
It's like it's automatic.
it is.
Something
It's just like, even if it's small or whatever, it's going to be amazing.
Nah, that's a lie.
Yeah, I
No.
can agree with that.
I don't know where y'all at then. I don't know where y'all been.
What
Because
you
look,
mean? I ain't no chick messing with no niggas
I
with no
don't wanna
little
hear
meat.
it. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry.
It sounds like you done had a good experience with a little bit of meat.
No. I'm not saying that. No. I disagree. I have to.
Cause you skinny, little itty bitty. We know what go on with the skinny itty bitties.
Y'all don't know.
We know what go on with the skinny itty
We don't
bitties.
know.
Hit the motherfucking bum like 5 more times, nigga. Like everybody know what go on with the skinny itty bitties.
They say them skitty bitties be packing power.
Yeah.
Woo.
It take you gotta be able to dig with the skinny itty bitties.
They say y'all be packing power.
Y'all so funny.
So I don't know if I had a skinny itty bitty sit over here and tell me one day she seen a horse and her life ain't been the same as since. And I said, look here, if that's how you rolling, you need to go sit over there.
But see, the
You
thing
in the wrong seat.
like, okay, the dude I lost my virginity to, he working with a monster.
Right.
But it's like I haven't run across. I don't necessarily need it a big thing like his, because if it was good because I was young, but at the time it's like now I want something that make me feel good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could deal with average size, but I'm not dealing with no little bitty. I can deal with
I
average.
ain't never heard a woman say they'll deal with a little bitty. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I don't
And
like little bitty.
I
And
lost
I
my
done had
virginity
little
when I was
bitty.
15 and I'm 37. So I've been hunting for what? How many years that is, fellas? 37 minus 15, what it is?
19.
That's a long time to be hunting, bro. And I ain't never heard no woman say that they want
I
no
had
little
little bitty. That's why I know I don't like little bitty. I've had it. So it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I mean, and I get what you're saying too, because you're going to come across some guys that just know how to work what they got.
And it's not even just working with what you got.
I know you're going
It
back to
ain't
the chemistry and the connection.
The connection.
It kind of sort of
what it
makes
is.
so, but I think that the answer that you gave is more in a different light, so to say. Like it almost sounds like you've never, or you don't plan on, or you don't have casual sex every now and then with somebody that you may not necessarily be in a relationship with. It sounds like in order for you to give yourself in that aspect, like you got to be in a fully committed, full-blown relationship type thing, because that's really the only time like that really happens. Like it might be, every so often you bump into somebody like that you just like feeling and you decide that that's what you want to do with them, and it's just like a fluke and it just happened. But that connection that you're talking about is like, it's something it's kind of sort of like form. It's kind of sort of like that. It's kind of sort of like that when the nigga love you for real, because he didn't actually rehearse it for like 2 or 3 days in his head about how he gonna say it and how he's gonna get out, and then the rehearsal don't even go no way out near how he rehearsed it in his head going, because at the end of the phone call he slipped up and said, "I love you," and then you had to think about it for 2 seconds before you sent the text back and was like, "Did you just say you love me on the phone?" Like it's something like when stuff like that happen, like it's not rehearsed. It just goes. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that don't happen unless you're spending ample amount of time to allow somebody into your realm, so you see how they move and how they operate. I think that's how that connection form. I think the answer that me and Big Bookie is giving is based on like casual, like if I'm not at a point where I want to be in a full-blown relationship, but we all got needs, and it's just something that I want to tend to. Like, this is more so how I would respond in that aspect.
Yeah, because I've had sex with guys and it was good sex, but it wasn't like it wasn't a connection like that. Like, but I've also had guys that I've had a connection with, and then the sex is not up to par. So and it's a hit and miss.
And that's what I was trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the answer you gave, it just was a more deeper answer than like a surface answer. You know, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess to get into the crowd, I've experienced the whole, feed my need kind of thing. And I don't knock people that do it. But I just know, for me, good sex for me is just, it feels its best when I know that I genuinely like them and they genuinely like me. I don't know what it is. It's different. Yeah. It's
I get it.
I get it too.
There isn't no wrong answer here.
That's a whole better feeling. When knowing that both of y'all are into each other like that, and then y'all decide, okay, we finna lay down and find a dude.
Yeah.
Come on, that's a whole different feeling. I love that feeling. I love that, but it goes left after that sex, and then that dude start acting stupid. After you thought that. You thought that this dude was pretty good, pretty cool. Y'all had a good vibe, good connection. I genuinely liked him. He seemed like he genuinely liked me. Boom, we had sex. Boom, he started acting stupid. Now I got to take the emojis from your name. Because now you want to act stupid. Now I can't even, you were blowing my phone up all the time before we even laid down in the bed. Now that I laid down with you, I'm thinking we building something. You done wasted my time because now you ain't talking about shit.
So that's kind of sort of like, you'll hear me say this multiple times. Like, that's how I know, like, sex don't got nothing to do with if you want to be with somebody.
Right.
Bro.
I agree.
Like, just keeping it a buck, bro. Because when y'all meet us, bro, y'all know within the first couple of minutes if y'all would actually give us something. Like, that's a given. Like, it's I would or I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And if you would, it's about what your prescribed time frames and the connections and the vibe and what you need to see and all the other good stuff then. And then it goes into the point where now you have a guy that has to either naturally or have a cheat book to try to fill these prescribed check boxes that you have, because he may or may not be the guy that's just trying to get something and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So you got guys that don't mind playing the game like that. They'll play the game because while they playing that game with you, they got something they getting on the regular, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And you think that you got him on some type of discipline and you are proving yourself and your worth and all this and that, the case may be. And then they find a smash, and then once he smashed, now he don't want to call for real. He don't want to text. He ain't going out no more. But you just took him through all that shit to appease yourself on an according timeline that you necessarily have yourself, or some things you need to see and feel before you do it. And now you just really added more hurt to the overall aspect for yourself on that whole situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I just said?
Yeah, it does make sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
come on, Dr. Feelgood.
No, I ain't. That's just how I am. Like I'm an advocate of, if you want to do it, you're going to do it. If you don't want to do it, then you're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But please, as a woman in 2022, don't think that your pussy, and I said I was going to stop saying that shit on my podcast because I hate bleeping it out. I hate the word. Don't think that your poom poom is going to change the narrative on how a man is going to treat you. Regardless whether you give it on night 1 or you give it to him in night 60, day 60,
day 364.
He gonna be who he gonna be at the end of, if he real, he gonna be who he gonna be. Like, that's just what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just no, man. I don't know.
Hallelujah.
I be telling folks I be dating backwards, because every person that I've had extremely meaningful and long term relationship with, we didn't operate on no diagram or no bullshit when it came to what we wanted to do. 2 consenting adults, we did it. We clicked. We loved each other. The longest relationship I've ever been in was probably like 5-6 years. And we had sex like the first, second night we was together. Like, I didn't give a damn about she had sex with me on the first or second night. I cared about how she made me feel overall. Like, she was cool to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, like, I try to pick up the phone and call and check on her just to make sure she okay, because that's what she embarked in on my life. It wasn't never wrapped around just sex. Did we have a great sex life? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like extremely. Like, I mean, like for real. Right. But at the end of the day, like that was my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying about connection. I'm just saying that it's a fluke sometimes to get it all in one package, bro. Like I believe in soulmates. Like I believe in that whole heart. The girl that I was just telling you about in that relationship, like when she cheated on me, I felt it. I was in Iraq on top of a roof when it happened. And I called 3 people. The first person I called was my mama. My mama would lie to me when I'm in country. When I was in country in Iraq fighting, she would lie to me. She's not gonna tell me nothing that's gonna be on my mind that I can't do nothing about because they're not gonna let me come home. All right, so I know that she would lie. So I called my mom. I said, "Is something wrong? Is something wrong? Is something wrong?" She was like, "No, ain't nothing wrong, baby. We good." So the next person I'm gonna call is who the OG is, cause the OG gonna keep it a buck. You feel me? My grandma. She ain't gonna lie. She gonna keep it a buck. Call Granny. Hey, Granny, everything all right? Everybody cool? Ain't nothing going on? Nah. So I called the first 2 most important women in my life to see if something here went wrong because it was something digging at me like something just happened and something is wrong. The third person I called was my girlfriend at the time. I called her. And I said, "You ain't got to lie to me. Is everything okay?" She was already crying. She said, "No, I just cheated on you. Like not even 5 minutes ago." Like I felt that shit. Guilt. Like for real. So I believe in soulmates. I haven't had another soulmate since her though. Like I haven't had somebody that it mattered every day if she was smiling or frowning for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I started developing bad habits and shit. Like I just don't care. And now that I done fucking arrived, I really don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like I just like you can go get you a regular nigga, that's what you want to be with, but I'm not nowhere near regular, so I ain't finna let a motherfucker treat me like I'm regular. And that don't help the whole dating around for me neither. To be completely honest, because it's just some shit that I used to put up with that I'm just not gonna put up with now because it's not worth my time. You know what I'm saying? So
not worth anything.
A lot of people would say that there's a lot of hurt inside of me, and I don't really think it's hurt. It's just ambition. It's just for real. So now you making these faces and stuff. I just got to talk about this shit. You making these, like you got one eyebrow down and the other one up, and you looking at me like all scientific, like I'm saying something like wrong. Like what the fuck is you talking about, nigga? Like
not the people's eyebrow.
Like for real, like, cause I wish you could sit over here and see it. Like for real, she would have like.
No, it's just very interesting.
What's interesting?
How you just worded that.
How
you said that a lot of people say that you have a lot of hurt in you, but you just call it ambition. That's very telling.
Why? What is that a bad thing or a good thing?
People see or they feel from experiencing you that you have a lot of hurt in you, but you say it's ambition. That's very interesting. How did that happen?
How did what happen? How did I turn my pain into ambition?
Yeah, well, so you are kind of acknowledging that that's what it is.
It has been some of that. It's not entirely. When I said what I just said, I meant it like entirely. Like what I'm saying is so hurtful. That's why I'm torn and I don't want this and I don't want that and I don't got this and I don't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of women that I know I could probably date on a serious note right now and probably have something extremely well with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really about I'm hurt or stuck to a point where I don't want to have or be anything with anybody, but it's just overall what I'm telling you is like a lot of things that I've been through in my childhood and how I grew up is what fuels me to keep me going to do what I do. Does that make sense? But you looking at me that way again. And then when you look at me like that, it's like I'm saying some crazy shit like, that you just not vibing with. Like you're an idiot, nigga. Like what are you talking about?
What?
Like that's how I feel with the look you giving me. Like straight up on everything. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
No. Seriously, this is just how I listen to people. This is just I really take it in. So no, I don't think anything that you're saying is stupid, far left or right, anything. It's
gonna be definitely different. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be. Like I never try to put myself in a circle or box.
Right.
Because they're not meant for me. You know what I'm saying? And people may not necessarily get me. Like I may not get you. But that doesn't mean that you're wrong.
No,
like I used to tell my ex all the time, like, how you feel is not wrong. I can never tell you how you feel is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I can't control how I respond to it. You see what I'm saying? But I can't tell you that you're wrong for how you feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the same way with me. I know who I am and I know what I'm going to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So who are you to tell me that I'm wrong for the approach that I decide to take as far as my life, my lifestyle, my beliefs, and what I want to do with me goes? Who are you to tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit across from you. Like, I had a pansexual sitting right there in that seat, and she told me that she wasn't attracted to a gender. She was attracted to people. She educated me on what a pansexual was. I didn't even know what it was. I'd seen the word, and a lot of people Instagram status, they put pansexual or whatever sexual they is, but I don't never really look the word up because I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something that she educated me on. You know what I'm saying? But I had to understand that that's her life and her lifestyle and how she want to live it. Who am I to judge her and tell her that she wrong for doing something or saying something or being who she feel like she's operating in her own self? That's me. That's LaCheston. Like, this lonesome gunslinger out here, that's me operating in just who I am and who I am until somebody has the power that God instills in them to change that narrative in me. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you want somebody to bring something to the table and they can match this and they can match that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to see that when God blesses you with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to be a given. You're going to see it there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he hasn't blessed me with that before, because I would be a liar to say that I have not been in some relationship with some phenomenal women. Like, I would be a liar to say that. But just where I'm at now, like, I'm just me. I'm doing shit like this. I want to sit across from beautiful ass women and talk shit because it makes me happy. I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy working my camera, whether it's a woman semi-nude, nude, clothes on, wedding, kids in a park, kids at a preschool. It don't matter. When I'm working that camera, I'm in my zone. I'm doing what makes me happy until somebody compliments that. No outside person can tell me that because of how I'm moving and what I'm doing is pain. Like, that's not fair. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if I want to tell you about what I told you about how women have pretty much made me kind of sort of like push me into the direction. I mean, that's like I told you, that's a whole nother story. Like, I was in the National Guard when I was in high school because you go drill for them once a month, they give you a check. I wanted a check because I was in high school, ain't had no money. Oh yeah, I signed up for that shit and do that shit, cool. But then I decided I wanted to go active duty into the military. I didn't want to be no fucking soldier because everybody was joining the Army. I wanted to do something that was different. So that's why I joined the Marine Corps, because it's small. Everybody don't make it. My platoon started with 90-some people. Only 70-some of us graduated. I witnessed a dude take some socks and try to hang himself in the shower because he wanted to go home. Like, literally, it ain't cut out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The uniform that I wore, a lot of people don't wear it. But you got millions of people in the Army, millions of people in the Air Force, millions of people in the Navy. I don't want that because that's what everybody else was doing. So that's why I went to the Marine Corps, because a girl at my unit one day told me, you don't got what it take to be a fucking Marine. What? Who the fuck you talking to? You must not know me. So I got in, meritorious promoted all the way up to E4, and then picked up E5 within a year. 3-year sergeant in the United States Marine Corps.
What a round of applause.
And 20 years old. 20 years old.
But for real though, seriously.
And I entered that path because somebody told me that I wasn't good enough and I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I picked the camera up. Oh, he just another nigga who want to take pictures of naked women. Yeah, I like looking at naked women taking pictures, but that ain't why I do it. I like the strip club too. I go to the strip club all the time. So I can go in there and blow all my money in the strip club for entertainment. But when it comes to entertainment cahoots with art, I can't charge somebody to stand on the other side of that land and create magic. It's just a whole bunch of little different shit, bro. But we ain't got to talk about all that shit. We can get ready to...
Too late.
Yeah.
We can get ready to wrap it up, man. It's pushing, man. It's pushing a little bit of time. I don't want to feel like I'm holding y'all, man.
Oh, when it got late.
Well, I do this.
What time is it?
I do this.
Because it don't feel late.
You know, man, you'll be surprised how long we've been here talking.
That's crazy. You know, we had to put our phones up in lockers.
Don't do that. Welcome to Six Flags. We call it La Pick Flags. But I appreciate y'all respecting my rule.
Yeah.
Y'all attention was here and on the cameras the whole time. It wasn't.
We trying to be respectful.
Man, some folks come in here and don't
Light skin shit.
Oh, that's
I'm just playing, y'all. Damn, don't cancel me. You know the cancel culture hard.
Nah, Book, I appreciate you coming, man. You made tonight awesome, man. I appreciate you giving your insight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm trying to bounce it back a little bit, you know what I'm saying, from where it was.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Desmond, shout out to you. Desmond is my new intern / apprentice here at Let Pick Visuals. He's picking the camera up and making it a lifestyle. So he's chosen me to be his teacher, you know what I'm saying? So he'll be here learning with me until December. So he's going to be rocking with me a little while, and he did get shine to the room. So thank you for coming, man. Yeah. I really appreciate y'all coming and jigging with us and having a good time.
No, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
You know, so I want y'all to go ahead and plug yourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is your camera right here. And no, this is your camera right here. Then your camera's right there. All right. So I just want you to tell the people, man, your name. Tell them where you're from. You know what I'm saying? What you do, how they can find you, how they can connect with you if you're looking to network with some other different people or who you're trying to network with. Just go ahead and plug yourself real quick, man, and then we're going to call it a night.
Okay, y'all. So I'm back again. It's your girl, Big Bookie, Red Richie. Stop playing with me. Stop playing on my top. But look, though, I just want to say thank you to Lechester for having me on his platform. This was really dope. You know, we got into some good, deep conversation. You can find me on Instagram at red_Richie. There's red with 2 D's _Richie. You can also find me on YouTube because I'm a rapper. So if you would like to check out some of my visuals, some of my videos, my YouTube channel is the same, Red Richie. You can also find me on Facebook, Red Richie. Just go Google me. You know, you can just Google me.
Which one of the videos you twerking in? That's the one we're going to go see.
It's the Make Some Shape video.
Ooh, see, she got a twerk video.
I do.
Wait till I get that screen in here so I can start breaking stuff up when they tell me about it on the screen, bro.
I do have several videos out, okay? And also, I am performing April 16th at Smash Bros Radio. They're an independent radio podcast. They give artists platforms to come and present their talents. So they are having their 5th year anniversary bash on the 15th and the 16th, 2 days. There's a Friday and a Saturday. I will be performing on the 16th, which is that Saturday, and I have $10 tickets. So if you're watching this episode, come. I don't know when he's gonna drop it, but I would love for you guys to purchase a ticket for me to come support your girl. But yeah, just be on the lookout. I got more singles coming. Just go, you know, hit that follow button on my Instagram so you can keep up and stay updated on what I got going on for the future. And that's pretty much it.
That's what it is, bro. What you got for the people, show?
Well, this is my first time doing a podcast, so this was really, really cool. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
I'm an actress, like I said before. You can find me on Instagram _it's Sean.
So, do you model too, or you just an actress? Is it?
I model. It just depends for who.
I mean, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. It just, like I said, just depends.
Oh, I forgot to. Oh, we gotta plug in our Black-owned businesses. I do braids, you guys.
Hey.
So look, Rich Styles on Instagram is Red Rich Styles. Go follow my Instagram.
So if you're looking at our YouTube channel, it's up on the screen right now. You can actually see our business. I got it on the screen right now. And if it's not on the screen right now, it's actually on the screen right now because I put it on the screen right now. But if you want some more information, make sure you go down to the description below and click on the link there, and it'll take you directly to her.
Yeah, salon textures, come shop with me.
Hey, that's where my Bob at, baby.
Yeah.
That's where my dog.
We be having good conversations in there too. Yeah.
Hey, that boy know how to fade this kind of hair. You know what I'm saying? It's an art to fade this kind of hair.
Let me give Jew his shine, okay? Jew be doing his thing. He be transforming those young men.
Hey, my barber the truth. I promise you he better than your barber. Swear to God on everything I love.
You giving him too much.
Man, don't do my dog like that. That ain't been come. I have for like 10 years. Like, you know how I was like when I was getting my hair cut low when I was in church? Like, I got my hair cut every single week. Like, bruh. Like, I ain't finna ever go to a barber that can't cut my hair. And I know some barbers that can't cut hair and they customer service is worse than... Yeah, like that.
Yeah, Jew the truth, man. I'm gonna give him his props or whatever. I tell him in the shop every now and then, but I don't try to give him too much. But Jew really do his thing. He do his thing. I ain't gonna lie.
So that's what it is, good people, man. Thanks so much for tuning in for another episode of After Hours on the What You Mean podcast, man. If you are sitting at home watching us right now in your car because you don't feel like going inside and dealing with your significant other, so you watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, man. Make sure you like, comment, man. Give me something to talk about. Send me some guests in the Birmingham area or even some people that's willing to travel, man. And if you're listening to us on whatever RSS feed, and that's Apple Podcasts, you're listening to us on iHeartRadio, you're listening to us on Amazon, wherever you listen at, make sure you give us a follow, man. Make sure you give us a dope rating. Got more content coming your way. And until next time, man, y'all be easy. Peace.